He'll be opposed by Bagley, who also has been impressive of late, the last 7 or 8 games. Walter Davis and Otis Birdsong square off. And you see the rest of the lineups. Ronnie Nunn and Hugh Evans will be working tonight's ball game. So we're getting set for the Nets and the Suns. Dallas Comegys will start at the center spot tonight. The rookie from DePaul. He'll jump it up against Larry Nance, and we're underway. The Suns control. There is Jay Humphries, who has shot well over the last 7, 63%, and he had 12 assists against the Lakers.
And don't be surprised if they go right away to Edwards as much as they can to test Comegys.
And right off the bat, Comegys rises to the occasion. Almost on cue. Here's Comegys. Orlando Woolridge. A lot of bulk up front for the Nets. Woolridge with 5 on the shot clock.
And that's exactly what Woolridge did opening against the Celtics. Came out and hit a bunch of shots right off the start, so that'll keep Nance busy down the defensive end.
Off the stress fracture in the right foot, averaged 16 last week. This is his 4th game back after missing 23. So the Nets break the seal. Here's Edwards with the double pump fadeaway. Larry Nance keeps it alive. And he was fouled on the play. Looks like Woolridge.
And that's where the Nets really have to concentrate.
Tied at 2, 10:55, first quarter. The Nets 7-13 at home, 7-27 overall. Birdsong with Davis. Nice spin move by Bagley in traffic.
Well, he can get away with driving the basketball through the lane now because Edwards really, even though he's a tall guy, doesn't have great shot blocking abilities.
Davis with the quick release. And again, the offensive rebound by Phoenix. That's Gilliam with the line drive. Armin Gilliam, who was the 2nd pick behind David Robinson in the college draft this past season out of Las Vegas. Buck Williams with the strong move. You hear Bob McKinnon in the background. Here's Jay Humphries, picked up very closely by Bagley. Nance backs in on Woolridge, cannot connect, and underneath it is Edwards.
And a good positioning by Comegys to keep the big guy on his back the whole way. One area that Comegys should do okay against Edwards is that Edwards is primarily a 10, 12-foot jump shooter. Really not a great post-up guy for a big guy, so that helps Comegys defensively.
Tied at 4. Strong move again. This time it goes for Buck Williams. Buck averaging 17 points, 14 rebounds last week. Leads the Nets in scoring and rebounding.
I don't know if Gilliam can match up talent-wise to Buck, but he sure can match up body-wise.
2 super heavyweights. Humphries. This is Nance. 6'4" Nets, 9:20. Bad pass by Birdsong. Humphries on the steal. Nice pass to Nance.
And those types of mistakes are the ones that really hurt. Otis really, I don't know who he was even throwing that to. I believe it was Woolridge, but no shot at getting there, and then no one gets back because it's just a real mental lapse type of mistake.
A lazy pass, and they paid the price. Here's Birdsong with the bomb. Tied at 6. Jay Humphries. And it counts. Last year, the old record, Gail Goodrich. 8-6 Phoenix. A hard drive. What a play by Nance against Woolridge.
And that's the thing with Nance. You look at Edwards, who's much bigger than him, but Nance is one of the guys who leads the league in blocking. He's in 6th in the block shot.
This is Comegys, and he walked. Turnover against the Nets. They had a season-low 9 turnovers in the loss against Boston on Saturday night. So that was the one bright spot in the defeat.
It's amazing how the Celtics just know how to win in the last 5 minutes of a game, because the Nets played pretty well for about 3 quarters, 3+ quarters.
And they held Bird to 17. 7 on the timer. Down to 4. Humphries saw the opening. Oh, offensive interference. No question about it.
Good call. Looked like the ball was going to come off after that first hit on the rim, and Buck anticipated, but the ball was going to come right back down on the rim. So that's a good call by the official. Once again, Humphreys just blowing by people using the ball fake that time.
10-6 Phoenix, 8 minutes to go. First quarter. Buck Williams thought Otis Birdsong was going to shoot. Simple as that. And Humphreys jams.
That's number 2 as far as Birdsong's concerned. Looks like Bob McKinnon's going to go for a timeout just to regroup really here.
Little mix-up in communications. Bob McKinnon wants to talk it over. See number 7 if they continue plays like that.
That's Birdsong's shot right there. Gilliam's not a shot blocker. Buck was instinctively going to the offensive glass. They get really a snowbird right there in the dunk.
I like that, a snowbird.
All these old basketball cliches I have for you. Here, though, Buck comes back and gets it right back. Gilliam, the key here is that Gilliam gives him the baseline. There's no shot blocker there who can get Buck, so if he gets the baseline, a guy like Buck Williams should either deposit that one or get the foul.
17 double-doubles this year for Buck Williams as the Suns lead at 12-6. But, Jim, you're not that old. You can't keep coming up with these old expressions. Woolridge spots the opening, and it counts. Well, he just exploded to the hoop against Armin Gilliam.
And that's exactly what the Nets missed as far as 23 games or so that Woolridge was on the bench. Not so much even the shot going in here, but him being able to be strong enough against a guy like Gilliam with a great body to draw that foul.
3-point play for Woolridge. He has 5 and the Nets within 3. 7:35 to go in the first. Walter Davis is 11th year out of North Carolina. Humphreys. Edwards with the fadeaway. Woolridge with the clearing of the boards. This is Birdsong. And prior to the pass, a foul, a push-off. Buck Williams complaining about the call.
Well, it's that sneak foul that they catch some of the big guys on, using your hands on the back and the waist of the defender to really get your own position. And some good officials will pick up on it, but against Buck Williams, he doesn't get enough of those calls going for him.
Buck continues to plead his case. His first personal. Nance looks, guarded by Woolridge. Shot clock at 6. And Davis. 2 Nets battled for it. This is Bagley. Boy, he loves to go in traffic. But then he dished it off to no man's land.
Well, just totally out of control there, the last 2 dribbles.
What pass work. Nance would have won a slam dunk contest with that one. The outlet pass by Davis was impressive.
That's for sure, and it's those really careless mistakes that generally get a team in trouble, and that time Bagley should have just held the ball up. He was in trouble right around the 3-point line.
And a whistle by Ronnie Nunn. And the foul on Larry Nance. Nance off the broken bone in his hand, but the player of the month in December when he averaged over 26 points, 9.5 rebounds. Woolridge with the quick release. 14-9 Phoenix, 6:15 of the first. Walter Davis storms in for the finger roll to his first point. 15-9 Phoenix. Kamagi. Here's the Greyhound, Walter Davis, and Humphreys will set it up. Humphreys out of Englewood High School in the shadows of the LA Forum. Gilliam, good hands by Kamagi. Broke it up with 2 on the clock. They reset it to 5. Well, the Suns like to work it around.
They really do, and it's really the point guard who dictates that. And Humphreys also was Walter Davis, the other guard, a real unselfish player.
Davis with Birdsong in his face. Gilliam picked Kamagi's pocket and makes it count.
Nets have adjusted a little bit, going with Kamagi's on Gilliam now. My estimation, they should just leave it with Edwards until Edwards starts. Kamagi's on Edwards until he starts burning Kamagi's down low.
And now Kamagi's throwing Edwards out of the play.
Dallas gave Edwards a little look there. The big guy at 7 feet plus and about 270 pounds or so goes flying off the court with a little touch on the back. A little bit of acting on Edwards' part.
Edwards, who had a nice game against the Nets in the first meeting, 22 points, 14 in the first quarter. Humphreys, a very determined young man. Look at him go. Shovels it out to Nance. That's a little out of control, but Jay Humphreys looking impressive.
And Comegys picking up another block. One area of his game that's really underrated is the fact that he gets a lot of sneaky blocks.
Buck Williams on the follow. A lot of hard work by Orlando Woolridge. Well, we're going to see Roy Hinson in a moment as Walter Davis hits the three-pointer.
Walter's getting a little warmed up now. He's quiet for 6 minutes, and now he's come back with 2 scoring opportunities.
2011, Phoenix. Birdsong. This is Davis. Off the spin move. Lost the ball. Nance almost corralled it, but it went out of bounds off the Nets. And our first look at Roy Hinson in a Nets uniform. Also Pearl Washington into the game. The former Rutgers star Roy Hinson, who came over from the 76ers in the Mike Jaminski trade. Dallas Comegys goes to the bench. He did not score. The Pearl has been playing well, guarding Davis. Davis got free.
Well, as far as Washington's concerned, he's playing the big guard now, so defensively he has to guard Davis, who is tough on normal, natural big guards, but Pearl's a natural point guard. He may be able to go by Davis offensively, but Davis should be able to give him fits defensively.
Suns by 11. Spinning move by Woolridge.
Showtime.
That was an inspirational move by Orlando Woolridge. 22-13 Suns, 3:38 to go in the first. Edwards. He did a lot of that against the Nets in November. Now Washington guarded by Davis. Buck Williams down low against Gilliam. And the foul called by Ronnie Nunn on Gilliam.
Didn't look like Buck Williams had any place to go there, with Gilliam holding his ground pretty nicely. Questionable call in my estimation, but the officials usually win out.
Gilliam was wondering as well. That's his second. 24-13 Suns. Washington all the way. Twisting and sliding in till he scored, and it's 24-15. The Suns by 9. And the Suns call time.
Working that baseline, having to do a little bit of spinning here, but watch the left arm as he goes up. The tendency there is to push off against the bigger Edwards, who comes over to pick him up, but the arm stayed down left, and the left arm was down low, so he could finger roll it over him.
Your picture when he averaged 19.6 points per ball game, and then things kind of dropped off.
One thing about his stats too with the points per game is that at least you know as a trade, when you get a guy like that, he's capable and has the experience to put up big numbers if you need him.
Don't hold him.
Suns 10 for 22 in the first, 46%. That's under their normal for the last 9-10 games when they've been shooting at 51. But they lead it 24-15. Nance has been cold. Bagley will set up. Eddie Johnson into the ball game, number 8. Off the bench more recently after starting earlier in the season. Nance almost broken up by Hinson, broken up by Woolridge. The scramble batted into the air like a goaltender by Bagley. What a wild play, and Davis hits at the buzzer.
Those are the types, as far as a coach's nightmare as far as Bob McKinnon's concerned. Everybody had their hand on the ball, it seemed like, and then the bigger Edwards just beat Pearl Washington to the ball.
26-15 Suns, 1:40 to go in the first. Thrown away by Washington. Nobody there for the Nets. So the Nets earned by turnovers here in the first. Nance baseline drive, nowhere to go on Hinson. So here's Edwards from straight away. and he can pop from afar at 7-1. The Suns stretch it out to 13 when they had just 9 turnovers. (28-15) Suns. Kevin McKenna into the ball game off the strained Achilles tendon in training camp, missed most of the year. Whistle by you, Evans, as you look at McKenna. Walter Davis with his first points as a net, a 72% foul shooter, and the Nets down by 11. 57 seconds to go in the first. Eddie Johnson. And Hinson with the rebound. Hinson guarded by 7'1" James Edwards, and Hinson buries it. His first shot from the floor as a net.
He's going to have to work defensively because of his size, Hinson is, but offensively smart enough and fast enough to go around the bigger centers, either with getting the jump shot off or driving by them.
And Hinson with the rejection, and then Woolridge, but it's a foul on Orlando Woolridge. And was a crowd pleaser there, 6th on the Kings all-time list. 30-19 Suns. Woolridge tipped up and in by Hinson. Well, we are seeing the full effect of this new look front court with Hinson in the middle, Buck Williams at the power forward, Orlando Woolridge at the small forward. 5 seconds to go in the quarter. Here's Humphries for 3. And that'll do it. The Celtics, and he brings the ball down.
And so far that Hinson trade doesn't look too bad.
So far, paying quick dividends. I think we have to give it a little more time, though.
1 quarter does not a trade make, right?
Right. But it sure seems to be sparking the rest of the ball club. 9 points for Woolridge. 30-23, the Nets inching closer. That's Alvin Adams coming off the bench, number 33 for the Suns. Humphries out of control. Nets continue with that intimidating front line of Woolridge, Hinson, and Williams. Hinson over Adams. His first misconnection. Back tap to McKenna. That's his specialty, the long-range bump.
And he caught that one right in stride. As soon as the ball was coming, he was anticipating shot. Good footwork to get his shot off in a nice flow.
And the Nets within 5 after trailing by 13. I think that was an alley-oop. Something got broken up. Good work by Nance.
Yeah, the Nets communicated pretty well on this one here with the switch. The back screen on Buck Williams. Woolridge picked up nicely. The ball just happened to sneak through.
And the foul is on Nance off the ball. That's his second. Adams going for the steal. This is, oh, nice pass. Pearl, and Hinson drills it off the heel. Steal by Pearl. Alert play by Pearl, getting back on defense on the run to McKenna. Very impressive.
Well, the whole tempo is picked up, and Hinson has a lot to do with it. Even though he missed that dunk right there, it's a good activity play as far as getting everybody into the flow of a game.
33-27, the Nets down 6. Here comes Walter Davis. Hinson saves for Pearl Washington. Long pass to Bradley. Goes Glass.
We got a couple of Carolina guys going at it with Davis and Dudley Bradley. Dudley getting the best of him on that one.
Pearl Washington like a whirling dervish on Humphries with the windmill effect, and it paid off. 33-29. The Nets trail by 4 after trailing by 13. Alvin Adams. And it's 35-29. Bradley. Hinson got the step on Gilliam. And Adams with the hack. Alvin Adams with his first foul.
And not only does Hinson go to the board with the ball really strongly, but just right there out hustling Gilliam, really goes out and catches the ball, turns around and goes with a lot of strength to the basket.
So far perfect from the line, 4 for 4, and he has 8 points, and the Nets within 4. 9:05 remaining first half. Hornacek, the Suns' assist leader, averages 7 a game. And recently in that scrap involving Sleepy Floyd, he was fined $1,500. Good defense again by the Nets, and the Pearl with the steal, going in uncontested.
Suns a little slow, moving around without the ball there. Gilliam caught down low. No one moved for the ball except Pearl Washington.
Fine comeback by the Nets within 2, 35-33. Here's Davis, guarded by Bradley. Pretty sweeping hook by Alvin Adams.
Still not giving up the real easy defensive shots as far as the Suns are concerned offensively. Nets are making them work, coming off screens, and the Nets are doing a real good job switching on people.
The Pearl in traffic with the reverse layup. Gorgeous spinning move by Washington. He has 6, and the Nets within 2 again, 37-35 Phoenix. Eddie Johnson, long rebound, Armin Gilliam, and he gets the roll.
You don't see that too often, Steve, with Buck Williams losing his man on the defensive glass, but Gilliam right there was never touched. Buck just didn't block him out.
Fine pass by Bradley, threading the needle, somehow got it to the hands of Buck Williams. He was fouled, though, by Davis. And back comes Woolridge into the game, replacing Buck Williams, at least with 4. Larry Nance for the Suns, replacing Walter Davis, who goes to the bench with 8, plus the 2 fouls. Nets bench performing very well. The shooting has been terrific. Hinson 2 for 4, Pearl 3 for 3, McKenna 2 for 2, Bradley 1 for 1. Nets down 4. Eddie Johnson releases.
Nice to have a 7-year veteran coming off the bench who can get you 14 points a night like Eddie Johnson can. He scored upwards about 22 a couple of years back.
A career average of 18.7. 41-35 Suns. Washington stripped, regains, and scores!
It wasn't the prettiest, but the results were there.
He'll accept it, yeah, he's got 8. 41-37 Suns. Bradley with the defense, a double flick off Nance. It'll be Nets ball. Might see Bradley come out here. Comegys come in. Oh, they might jump it up here. Yeah, Comegys in for Bradley. And I guess one official had one call, the other had a different call. Bradley, with that nice defensive play as he goes to the bench, he's the one that broke it up. So they'll jump it up. A little confusion here as they set up.
Interesting that we don't even have a natural center on the floor right now. I know we have a couple of big guys in Nance and Hinson and Adams, but all really natural power forwards. So it's interesting how both teams have, you know, in this case with McCormick on the bench and England not really being used that much, going with guys out of position a little bit.
Well, after Bradley settled in at the bench and Bob McKinnon is questioning the situation, they have to flip-flop again. And Comegys cannot enter the ball game because Bradley is the man involved in the tip. That makes sense.
A little sneak play there.
Well, you can't blame McKinnon. He tried, and Roy Hinson with an explosive rejection.
Everybody's looking around for goaltending right here, but this is a clean one where Hinson just shows what he can do as far as getting off the floor, not to mention the timing on it as it's going up.
Nice play by Mr. Hinson, and Bradley comes off laughing. They tried to sneak it in, like Jim pointed out, didn't work. Adams. Hey, why not if you can get Dallas Comegys in to jump? Doesn't work that way, though, folks. 43-37, the Nets trail. 6:25 to go in the second. Hinson underneath. Oh, brother!
And just the way he catches the ball again, it's a great, if you're a point guard or a big guard looking in to get the ball to a guy, you really like a guy to catch it strongly and go after the ball. That's what he did there, and that started the play for him.
Hinson has 10. Armin Gilliam. They thought he walked. 8 for Gilliam off the fracture in the left foot. Missed 27 games earlier this year. Nets down 6, 45-39. Woolridge with Nance. The help out by Hornacek. 7 on the timer. Woolridge nothing but net.
Continues to shoot the ball well, but here's Nance on the long one.
Nance not able to get back on the transition, and Nance with an easy 2. He's got 11. 47-41 Suns, 5-16.
And those are mental mistakes by the guards there. The small forward shooting the ball. One of 2 guards, if not both of them, have to get back.
One-hand drill pass by Hinson to Comegys. John Wetzel with a look of concern as he sees that lead dwindle to 4 again. The Nets shooting 10 for 13 from the field here in the second period. Red hot. And Adams connects. He's got 8 off the bench.
He's only been doing that for 12 years in this league. So much durability as far as the talent is concerned in the body, conditioning, keeping himself in great shape over the years.
25. 13 for Woolridge. Eddie Johnson over the outstretched Comegys, and a nice rebound by Edwards. James Edwards with 6 in his 11th year. They've got some vets on this team. 51-45 Suns. Very exciting first half as far as the Nets. Woolridge from afar, that one too hard. Hornacek pushes it down. Little flick pass to Adams. Nance slicing his way down.
He's so smooth when he catches the ball there. As soon as you let him catch it there, you know there's going to be trouble, but he can get it and go very quickly with it, either right or left.
13 for Larry Nance, normally a small forward, but thriving at the power forward spot this year. 53-45, Suns. Woolridge from deep, can't nail it. Gets it right back. This is the Pearl again in traffic. Slithering through.
Makes it look easy, driving to the basket against the bigger guard.
He's got 10. And the Nets trail 53-47, push off by Comegys. Putting on a show, quite a display here. He's 5 for 5 from the field and doing it with some very creative moves.
Now there he's just the beneficiary of bad pass by Gilliam. Hornacek staying way outside, no contest as far as the steal is concerned.
Now this one, he really expresses himself.
The key here on this second one is that Pearl actually starts to shoot the ball while he's on the floor because he realizes the big guy's getting ready to block it on him. That's a little trick shot off the glass.
That looked like Willie Mosconi.
And here it's just effort by Pearl Washington. You notice the Suns are just watching him, 3 of them flat-footed watching Pearl. Sometimes the effort can make up for a mistake.
Pearl Washington, just a tremendous display here in the first half. And the Nets as a whole in the second quarter shooting 12 for 17, 71%. And look at the bench story right there, 26-12 for the Nets. But they trail at 53-47. Another familiar face from Rutgers into the ballgame now for Phoenix, James Bailey. Jammin' James, number 2. Suns shooting well, also 11 for 17 in the second, 65%. Good defense by the Nets, and they'll take over. Just collapsing in the middle and causing havoc for John Wetzel. Looks like he's ready to take that coat off and get in himself. He's a former player. Also played with the Lakers, Hawks, and Suns. Buck Williams with a soft touch.
Yeah, terrific pass by Woolridge, getting the ball in away from the defender to give it to Buck on an area that he can really work well in.
Hornacek A radar range shot. 2 nets there for the rebound. Washington. Once again, this time he holds up on Bailey in a mismatch. 3 seconds on Comegys.
Yeah, rookie mistake right there. Not involved with the play, should never get caught camping down low. Has to really keep his wits about him and get out of the three-point lane, because there wasn't even a shot being attempted.
I believe that's the 8th turnover against, and that's only the first in the second quarter. And 2 minutes to go. Nets trail by 4, 53-49. Edwards showing his strength, going up. Oh, it's on the Suns. Loose ball foul on Bailey.
Probably could have called that one on take your pick out of 3 or 4 of the guys underneath.
John Wetzel. Very concerned right now after his team had a commanding lead in the early going. And the Nets looking very impressive in the second period. Gorgeous move by Buck Williams. Battles for the rebound. Nance, though, rips it away. Showing some of Nance's strength. Hornacek nearly turned it over with a double dribble. Johnson for 3. Where'd that come from? So he's got 7. Nets down 7. Pearl in a crowd. Bagley wants to get closer. Good drop off to Woolridge.
Both Bagley and Washington really having absolutely no trouble whatsoever driving the lanes, and both of them using good judgment as far as if they have a shot, taking it, if not, finding the open man.
Woolridge has 15. Nets down 8. Out of 2 at the line, he has 7. 57-51. Phoenix, you see the time. First half. Bagley getting open.
Once again, good judgment.
He's got 4. 20 seconds and counting in the first half. 3-second difference on the shot clock. Humphries with 3 on the timer. Wild shot, but Edwards recovers. James Edwards. The Nets have 2 seconds to get one off. Bagley, he's done it before. Oh, is that close? The power forward, Bagley and McKenna are back. So Kevin McKenna will get a shot here starting in the second half with the Otis Birdsong out of action. He played just 8 minutes, shot 0 for 3, and suffered the tendonitis in the shoulder and will not return. So here we go. McKenna, like a layup.
Little design play after a break, coming out. Nice screen down low. McKenna just doing what he does best.
Unfazed, popping it in from close to 25. Nice steal by Buck Williams, and he lost the ball out of bounds. He was just so anxious to get that ball down floor for an easy deuce. That's like a drop pass when you're wide open on a football field. You see the end zone and you forget to catch the ball.
Sorry, you look every place but at the ball.
Davis. For the Nets, very awesome off the boards. Bagley drops it off Comegys. Woolridge looking for a call. Nets all hands really tying up the Suns, and it turns into a turnover. 3 seconds.
And Gilliam really lost in the flow. The Suns on this particular play really had nothing going as far as chemistry was concerned, passing it around, but Gilliam never left. He was in there for about 6 seconds.
59-55. Suns, very nice move by Buck Williams, gorgeous, and said don't dribble, give it to a ball handler or a shooter.
That means throw it to Orlando. Right?
Yeah, give it, in other words, give it to me. Right. 1-point game, Suns up. Edwards makes it 3.
Comegys going for the timing play right there, but Edwards smart enough to just wait for him to come down.
Woolridge explodes. 17 for Woolridge. 61-60 Suns. McKenna going for the steal. The Nets really scrappy.
One thing Woolridge does, he has the tendency to maybe force a couple outside jump shots, but his game is really driving to the basket, and right there was just all strength.
Buck Williams, the strong move. Look at him go for it. Has the presence to find Woolridge. He beats his man, Davis.
And when three guys hit the floor, Steve, you know it's a team effort, and that was the case right there. Everybody going after the ball.
On Sportschannel. And the call is against Bagley. That's his first. 62-61. The Nets have the lead. 9:51 to go in the third. Armin Gilliam. This is Nance, and he gets the spin.
Well, Nance gets the hoop right there, but Edwards kept the ball alive by just batting it against the glass a second time.
Nance has 15. And the Suns recapture the lead by 1. McKenna. Davis has to stick with him from deep. 7 on the timer. Buck Williams there for the rebound.
What a job Bagley did, too, because he was going to have that shot stuffed by Edwards on him and blocked, but he held up long enough just to get it up there. He knew he didn't have a great shot at it, but credit Williams following it up.
11 for Buck Williams. Nets up 64-63. Gilliam surrounded by 4 Nets and 3-second call. Boy, the Nets just collapsed on Gilliam.
One thing he's going to learn over the years, though, Steve, is when he catches the ball down there, it's generally, if he's in the paint, it's one fake, and then you have to go with it. Either pass it to somebody for a better shot or go to the hoop with it.
Yeah. Comegys finally flags it down. This is Woolridge. He sees that little opening and a little out of control, looking for the foul. Nothing doing. Here's Davis. Boy, everybody's swiping at it for the Nets, looking to create a turnover. Edwards, shot clock 5, and a reach in might have been McKenna.
The ball. I don't know why. Maybe an adjustment will be coming as the fourth quarter wears on. Comes to it.
Buck Williams jamming it down off the feed from Bagley. 13 for Williams. And the Nets with their biggest lead, 66-64. 8:03 to go in the third. You would think they would go to that philosophy, which we were just talking about. Walter Davis in and out. Buck Williams able to keep it alive for the Nets. This is Woolridge again to Buck. Beautiful play, but he's fouled.
Well, very terrific.
This is that previous play where he hammered it down.
A little bit of a timing play there where Bagley has to be aware of where his...
Nets, 7:40 left in the third. Edwards. Bailey lost it. Bagley tipped it over to Williams. Buck going all the way. He doesn't want to give it up. Buck's conversation. 66-64. It remains as Buck Williams missed 4 in a row from the line. 7:15 remaining in the third. Steve Albert, Jim Spinarco at the Meadowlands Arena. Live on Sportschannel. Edwards with defense by Comegys. Here's Woolridge, who looks pumped up. Flicks it. Cross court to Bagley. He goes to Comegys.
Should get that on a highlight film for the Nets. Everybody doing exactly what they were supposed to do.
And the Nets by 4, 68-64. Edwards as Comegys hits the deck.
Comegys won't get that call as a rookie, that's for sure.
13 for Edwards. He could go through the floor into the basement and won't get the call. Buck Williams with the rainbow. Buck showing he can do it from everywhere. Has 15. He should shoot that shot at the foul line. Just back it up 10 feet. Davis finally cans one of those. Has 10. 70-68 Nets. Midway third.
They've been pretty successful getting it to Buck Williams. See if they go again to him.
And Bagley dribbled out of bounds. And we'll get to see Pearl Washington once again, who had a scintillating first half. He replaces Kevin McKenna. McKenna leaves with 6 points, gets a nice hand, and so does the Pearl, who comes in 5 for 5 from the line in that first half.
And McKenna could use a blow also, because he's missed quite so many games, and his timing looks pretty good actually for missing as much time as he has this season, but the conditioning not there as of yet.
Washington trying to guard Davis. Davis got away from him, couldn't connect. Bagley down the middle. He's got 6. 72-68 Nets. 5:25 left third. Humphreys and Davis at the guards. Edwards, Nance, and Bailey up front for Phoenix. 13 and 20 on the year. Jay Humphreys has 9, averages 12. Here goes Bagley again in a crowd. That time lost control, recovered by Buck Williams. Nice touch pass by Bagley, spotting the Pearl underneath.
John knew that Pearl Bagley was wide open down low. Couldn't get the ball fast enough to get it to Pearl Washington, but good court awareness by Bagley.
And the Pearl, although that was a high percentage shot, is 6 for 6 from the floor. 74-70 Nets. Nance on the turn-in, batted into the Nets bench by Woolridge. Boy, did he pull the trigger on that one.
This is really a timing play. He knows Nance can jump with him. Just tries to give it a good swing and swat at the ball. Looked like he may have hit Nance a little bit, but it looked good, so they gave him it.
Here is Davis. 12 for Walter D. 74-72 Nets. The Pearl explodes for the finger roll, and he is 7 for 7 from the field. 14 points. And John Wetzel wants it. The Nets going with Bagley, Washington, Hinson, Buck Williams, Orlando Woolridge. Hinson the center. Edwards tied up by Hinson at the baseline. 5 on the shot clock. Rebounded emphatically by Woolridge. Look out now. Washington grabs hold. Here's Bagley. Drills it over to Buck Williams, who stops. Can't connect. Gets it back and scores.
Little quick, Buck Williams on the first shot, maybe getting it a little too quick into the offense, but nice that he stayed with it the whole way and followed up nicely over the bigger Edwards.
78-72 Nets. Biggest lead, 6. Here's Bailey from straight away. James Bailey just dumps it in. First field goal.
Still good overall defense by the Nets, though. They're letting Bailey shoot it from about 17 feet away. The last time down, Edwards falling away from the basket at 15 feet.
Nets are 11 for 14 from the floor here in the third period. Hinson, you heard the slap, and it goes down. A chance for a three-point play.
One thing Hinson can do real well, Steve, is he can jump and shoot the ball. A lot of guys his size really don't have the elevation that he has, but once he gets the 2 feet underneath him, really powerful going up to shoot the jump shot, even though he only weighs about 215 pounds.
Hinson has 12. He's 4 for 4 from the line in his Nets debut. It is 80-74. The Nets by 6. 3:10 left in the third. Tremendous shooting night for the Nets. Nance, good second effort, and that will be goaltending, and it might have been short. Give it to Nance.
And we're also going to get a foul on Orlando Woolridge, pushing Nance with the offhand. Woolridge turns, doesn't really box out Nance, but watch the right hand on the back. Good call in both the foul and the goaltending.
Timeout on the floor. The score: the Nets 80, the Suns 76. Check that. That's the three-point play following the timeout. 80-77, the Nets by 3. The Nets 12 for 16, but there's a turnover. Washington.
Quarter could have picked up a couple with Buck Williams missing 4.
Nets shooting 75% this quarter. 12 for 16 from the floor. Now a trapping defense by Phoenix. Washington in a crowd. It bounced right off the face of Bailey. Here come the Suns on a break. Walter Davis back to Humphries. He goes foul line and hits.
Woolridge so close to getting a hand on that jump shot, missed it, but this full court press and trap has given the Nets a little trouble right now.
Suns recapture the lead, 81-80. Bagley. Now the Nets really have to hustle back on defense the way the Suns have been playing. This time the Suns set it up, and Adams has 10. 83-82 Phoenix, 1:53 to go in the third. Bob McKinnon screaming illegal defense by Phoenix. Woolridge crunched, and it goes! Oh, is he strong?
Well, they were calling for James Bailey on the illegal defense, and they're lucky they didn't call it, even though it was an illegal defense. Woolridge getting the ball, just a power play right here. Bailey, nothing he could do on it.
Bailey with his second. 4:83 Nets, 1:38 remaining in the third. This is Johnson. Into Nance. Goes Glass. 23 for Nance. 85-84 Suns. 1:20 to go in the third. The Pearl doesn't get the roll. That's his first miss in 8 attempts from the floor tonight.
That's the type of shot, too, Steve, that Pearl, in my estimation, has to work on over the summers to get better himself as an outside shooter, because they can fall back on him once they know he's going to just drive to the basket.
3 on the shot clock. Larry Nance poked away by Woolridge, the steal, but the shot clock expired. Nets will have it anyway. I'll tell you what, though, the Suns are lucky because that was a breakaway for the Pearl on that heads-up play by Orlando Woolridge. Boy, is he psyched tonight.
You know, sometimes you get a couple of new, fresh faces in the lineup. Hinson, who happens to be a real active one, a real active body out there. Sometimes it can lift the team up. Hopefully they can sustain it for more than just one night.
Boy, Hinson, one of those active bodies. Kevin McKenna into the ballgame replacing Bagley. Here's McKenna guarded by Eddie Johnson. Buck Williams from deep. Rebound Humphries. 30 seconds left in the third. Nets down by 1. Great shot war between Woolridge and Nance. Nance has 19 shots, Woolridge 17. Look at that play by Eddie Johnson. Remarkable basket by Johnson, plus the foul. 12 seconds and counting in the third. Nets down by 4. Washington with 5 seconds. He lost the ball. Humphries just threw it up for grabs. 2 seconds. 1. McKenna at the buzzer. No.
Dudley Bradley and see if he can operate on him.
This is Humphries guarded by Bagley. Eddie Johnson lets fly. Has 12. 90-84, Suns by 6. Their biggest lead was 13 in the first quarter. The Nets bench yelling out the time, and way off by the Pearl. Nets get a break.
The problem there, Steve, is that Pearl Washington had that ball initially and dribbled, didn't have anything to create for himself, and by the time he gave it to Bagley, there was only 12 seconds left on the clock. So then it kind of up-tempos everything, and you really don't end up with the shot you may want to take.
Hinson drills it down.
Trade starts to look good again.
Well, he's got 14 points here in his Nets debut. His season high, of course, with the Sixers was 22 earlier this year. Coming in, averaging 11.6, so he's already over his norm. Long pass by Bagley. The Pearl puts on the move, and look out, an elbow, and then he flails away at Humphreys. And Humphreys does not retaliate.
It really does seem as if there have been more and more of those fights this year. Maybe the officials letting them play a little bit more aggressively. Who knows?
Very testy out there this year. We saw what happened to Rick Mahorn with that battle recently involving Doug Collins. Now here's the Pearl. Is he in a crowd or whoa? What a shot by Pearl Washington, and then Bailey trips over the Pearl.
I think we have a safe seat right here, Steve. I wouldn't want to be out there.
You don't miss playing all of a sudden.
All of a sudden, I don't know.
The Pearl is 16. That was simply spectacular. Oh, the alley-oop try wouldn't go down for Nance. 90-88. Phoenix by 2. 10:20 to go in the fourth. Pearl putting on quite a display here tonight.
And the Nets getting a break down the other end with Nance missing a layup because Dudley Bradley didn't see the ball coming.
Bagley losing his footing, and then he's fouled by Humphreys. Check it out.
Probably a case where Pearl Washington's trying to do too much here with 3 or 4 Suns surrounding him. Somehow got the ball up high enough to go off the glass and puts a nice body check on James Bailey.
90-88 Sun. And on that turn-in move by Buck Williams, he draws the foul.
So if the Nets continue to go to the goal, they should be in pretty good shape from the foul standpoint.
Dudley Bradley picked up by Larry Nance. Henson with Adams. Batted away by Adams. Quick release by Eddie Johnson. We go end to end. Here's the Pearl. Great move on Johnson. Was sweated away by Nance. Oh, what a move by Pearl. The quickness. The foul is on Eddie Johnson, who cannot believe.
Yeah, I didn't see the foul on Eddie Johnson either because he was just left in the dust right here. He may have come back. That's exactly what he did. Tried to swipe at it. Nance with a pretty good block, but Johnson came back. Good call by the official.
Johnson still in 18 for the Pearl. 90-90 the score, 9:20 on the clock. Alley-oop to Nance. Again, it doesn't work. He gets it back. He stepped out and then came back in.
He never established his footing on the court. He was out of bounds and caught the ball kind of halfway in midair, and that's a violation. You have to have both feet on the floor before you can catch the ball.
Gilliam and Edwards are getting set to check in for the Suns. Tied at 90, 9 minutes to go fourth. Bagley open. Hornacek barrels into Bradley, but a blocking foul on Dudley Bradley. Here they come. Some fresh legs. Armin Gilliam and James Edwards. James Bailey will depart, and so will Alvin Adams. Check it. Larry Nance. Adams was just coming over to inbound. Nance leaves with 23. Edwards with Henson. Eddie Johnson from the outside.
Now, a scouting report on Johnson, Eddie Johnson, is that he's just a real good shooter. I'd force him to try to dribble the ball and create something.
And that would have counted had it gone in. Henson drawing the foul.
Offensively, so you can get away with putting him in without really knowing a lot of the plays. Plus, he's a smart player as far as creating good opportunities for himself, whereas McCormick has to get things in the flow of an offensive set. 16 for Roy Henson. Bagley flings it ahead on the break to the Pearl. Takes a flick over his shoulder. Look, couldn't convert. Look at him get back on defense, though. His man Hornacek goes flying, and the Suns connect. Eddie Johnson has 16 points. 94-92 Suns, 7:50 to go. Bradley with the scoop shot. And Alvin Adams going out for that steal at 6'9". If he doesn't get it, it leaves him at an advantage or disadvantage.
Bradley breaks it up. Bradley keeps it alive. Shovels it over to Henson. It goes.
4-on-2 break, and Hinson once again holding the ball with one hand. Real big hands he has as far as controlling the ball in there, extending again to take it past James Edwards.
Hinson has 18, broken up by Hinson. Here comes the Pearl. He's fouled. Hammered by Adams, trying to save him as he went crashing into the standard. Pearl makes them both. Has 20 points. 98-94 Nets. Buck Williams leaving with 17 points and 12 rebounds. 7:05 to go in the fourth. This is Edwards.
It's that one dribble he gets there. That's where John Bagley, who had double teamed him down low, did a nice job the first time. Has to go back and get it, because if you give Edwards that one dribble to the paint, he's going to score on you 9 out of 10 times.
Nets lead at 98-96, 6:40 to go. Hinson with Edwards. Here's the whistle, and that would have counted. Is too shy from his season high. 196 Nets, 6.5 remaining in the fourth. Eddie Johnson over the Pearl. Nance keeps it alive. Slapped away by Bagley, out of bounds to the Suns.
And there's a good example, Steve, of the guards not leaving the paint area too soon with the long rebounds. No one came up with the rebound, but Bagley was there to get that first dribble down by the big guy.
8 on the shot clock. Gilliam, 4 on the timer. Nance, double team. Hornacek got crunched. It's on Woolridge. Number 4 on Woolridge.
That's what I like to see, Steve. The little guy, the guards, getting the calls down low.
Hornacek.
He should be in there.
Oh, brother. Wondering right now if he could find another line. Here's Gilliam. Pretty fake by Armin Gilliam. 10 points for Gilliam, the rookie from UNLV, number 2 pick behind David Robinson, but injured most of the year. 198 Nets, 550. Pearl, nice pick by Hinson. 5 on the shot clock, and it's thrown away. Thrown away again by Gilliam, recaptured by Bradley. So some ragged play here. Woolridge says, why not?
Woolridge continues to impress from the outside. The last game against the Celtics, doing a nice job from the outside, and again tonight hitting his outside jumper.
Has 23. A totally new look ball club here. 102-98, Nets by 4, 5:15 to go. The question is, can they hang on and pull it out? Off the Pearl steal. Pearl and Bagley play catch. John Bagley, no. Oh, Bagley got it back. Heads up play by Bagley. Stole it from Nance. Well, the Nets able to get it again. Second chance situations, helping their cause. Woolridge baseline. Great play by Nance. Oh, did he just bottle him up?
And Gilliam just funneling right to Nance on the baseline side.
Here's Gilliam on offense. Flicked away by the Pearl again. 3-on-2. Woolridge down the middle. He wants it, and he gets it.
That may have been the case the last fast break with Pearl and Bagley running it. Neither one of them was selfish enough to bring it to the basket quick enough. Here, Orlando being a little selfish, took it all away himself.
He made it count. The explosion by Orlando Woolridge, who has 25 points. And a whistle by Hugh Evans. Push off on the pass off by Woolridge. His 5th. McKinnon didn't like the call.
I'd go right back to Nance right now with 5 on Woolridge.
Here's another steal by Washington. He goes all the way. Oh, is he having himself a night. 22 for the Pearl, but he must have 4 or 5 steals.
And the anticipation is there, and he's playing against Walter Davis, who they're going to try to go to as much as possible.
Woolridge doesn't get the call. Davis for 3. No, Woolridge gets the rebound.
Well, he got hammered on that series with Nance going right over him. No call, right in front of the official.
Biggest lead for the Nets, 106-98, 8 points, 3:40 left. McKinnon yells out a set play, and Bagley quarterbacks. 8 on the timer. Washington. Here comes Humphries. Davis for 3, home run.
That's one thing you have to be careful with Davis. Not afraid to take the big shots down the stretch. Pearl Washington has to be concerned about that and stay with Davis as much as possible.
His second three-pointer of the night. He has 15 points, and the Nets up 5, 3 minutes left. Henson! Troy Henson has tied his season high of 22 in his Nets debut. 108-101, Nets by 7. 2:50 remaining in the fourth. Humphries got open. Oh, Nance was held by Henson. The ball went in. The Nets want to put the Suns away. They won't go away. They keep flowing. Great pass by Woolridge.
That's a terrific timing play because Washington couldn't feed the ball in on the low side to Buck Williams. Swung it out to Woolridge. The defense is slow reacting. Nice bounce pass in.
19 for Buck Williams. Nets up by 6. Gilliam from the angle. Armin Gilliam has 12, all from the floor. 110-106, Nets by 4. Here comes your 2-minute indication. The Pearl. Henson. A rare miss by Henson. Strong rebound by Woolridge. Having a sensational night.
And another great tip by Buck Williams on that one on the offensive glass.
Woolridge like a man possessed. Oh, it almost went again. Pearl putting on a show.
Sometimes it's hard to believe how Pearl finally gets the shot up. He looks like he's losing his footing, going to fall down a couple of times, and then manages to squeeze it up there.
And here is a prime illustration of what you're talking about.
It's that first step he has with the dribble, which a lot of guys in the NBA do not have. But Pearl Washington is real good at sizing up the court, then taking it on the dribble and moving with it.
He is 4 shy of tying his season high of 27. So 1 out of 2 for the Pearl. Timeout, Phoenix. 11:106, minute 36 to go in the fourth quarter. Humphries finds the trailer, Edwards.
And that's a design play out off the timeout. They're down 5, but they still needed 2 hoops. They'll need a 3 eventually if it keeps this way. But right there, drawing everybody in, and Edwards open for the real easy jump shot.
Just a 3-point net lead. You glance at the time, 1:15 and counting. Woolridge looking around for the clock. The Nets do not want to self-destruct here in the final seconds. Edwards curls it around for Gilliam. Blocked by Woolridge, tapped over by Henson. Could be a break behind the back. Oh, brother. Recaptured by Humphries.
That's a mistake by Woolridge. They just should have tried to control it with a 3-point lead.
And what's this? Away from the ball. Away from the ball, it's Pearl Washington with his second.
Yeah, maybe a little nickel dime call here, but you put Davis at the free throw line. He's a 90% shooter or so. See if he can convert.
Well, that's how McKinnon interpreted it. A nickel dimer, and Davis to the 33 seconds and ticking.
Suns really need good defense right here because they have enough time on the differential to get a good shot off if the Nets don't bury one.
What a shot by Bagley. Speaking of burying, from the angle. Difficult shot by Bagley.
Suns will look to get this shot off as quickly as possible, probably taking it to the hole unless they go for a quick lob to somebody like Nance.
Nets by 4. You see the time, 24 seconds, and Adams will trigger it midcourt. Humphries on the drive. Made it look easy.
Now look for the quick foul, rather.
113-111. Nets by 2, and there it is. And there it is. Humphries fouling Bagley immediately. And for Jay Humphries, foul number 6, so he is gone. Leaves with 13.
And not a bad guy to have at the free throw line with Bagley shooting about 84%, but he did.
2 clutch free throws by Bagley. The Suns use up their last timeout. Left in the fourth. Nets lead it by 4. Davis. Slapped out of bounds to the Nets. 12 seconds on the clock. And the quick foul by Adams, 1 second ticked off. So he fouls Woolridge with 11 seconds to go. Nets leading at 115-111. Ices it, 10 seconds to go. 6-point net lead. And Nance finally at the buzzer. It counts, but the Nets prevail. An impressive debut for number 21, Roy Henson. You saw the expression on the face of Phoenix coach John Wetzel. A long night for Wetzel and the Phoenix Suns. Very exciting.